it's Snez here and welcome to Member Masterclass Monday. Every Monday I'll be bringing you an under 5-minute lesson about anything health, fitness and weight loss related. And for today's first masterclass, I'm going to teach you how to get rid of your sugar cravings in under 5 minutes. So let's dive right in. The first thing that you need to know about before we even tackle how do we get rid of those sugar cravings is just to understand that it isn't necessarily you and your lack of willpower to stop eating sugar. There is actually something bigger and greater than you going on and your mindset. So we need to talk firstly about good bacteria and bad bacteria that we find in our gut. So good bacteria is fantastic for our bodies. It makes us feel better. It creates an alkaline system in our bodies and it helps us digest food better and absorb nutrients better. On the flip side of that, we have bad bacteria that also sit in our system and grow in our gut. And bad bacteria feed predominantly on sugars. So basically, when you start to eat more sugar, you begin to multiply the amount of bad bacteria that you have in your tummy. Now, what happens here is that it creates an acidic environment in your tummy, which then causes those good bacteria, the good bacteria to die off, which means that there's more room and a more acidic environment where more and more bad bacteria can grow. Now, when you decide that you want to get a health kickstart, you want to lose some weight, and you decide you're going to give up the sugar, your mind has made the decision, but your gut is telling a different story, and simply because the bad bacteria wants to be fed. And the bad bacteria, if it's not fed, it will die off, and it doesn't go down slowly or quietly. It does put up a decent fight. So when you're thinking about giving up sugar and you feel those intense cravings, know that it's not just you and what you feel about wanting the sugar, but it is that gut bacteria in your tummy that's wanting to be fed. And so they'll send out the hunger signal and they'll send out the sugar cravings just so that they can be fed. So the first step to getting rid of sugar cravings is to understand where it's coming from, and it's not just your willpower. Now that we understand that, the next step that we're going to take is to get rid of the sugar. Understand that those sugar cravings are going to come and make sure that rather than giving into them, we just sit through them. Those sugar cravings last about 5 minutes. They come like a big wave of the ocean. They sweep in and feel so intense and we're just about to give in, and then they just dissipate and there's the calm again. So the first step is trying to get past that sugar craving. And when you start to take sugar out of your diet and those bacteria are just really craving for it as they start to die off, what will happen is that those cravings will get less and less. But that first 5 days seems like you might even get headaches and it will feel pretty tough to get rid of them. So what you are going to do is sit through those cravings and gradually start to reduce the amount of sugar that you are having. So what we want to do, not feeding the bad bacteria, we also want to flood the system with some good bacteria. So through probiotics, through kefir, through kombucha, through any fermented foods, you will get that good bacteria in. So make sure that you're putting good bacteria into your system while you're reducing the sugar intake. And I can tell you, after 10 days of reduced sugar intake, you will get to the point once that number of bad bacteria has been reduced in your tummy and you're getting some balance of the good and bad bacteria, you will find that in 10 days time, you sort of look back at yourself and go, oh, I don't even feel like it anymore. And that's the point where you know that you've got that good balance back, and then you can start to eliminate sugar out of your diet. So you can do that in one of two ways. You can go cold turkey and just remove all sugar completely and deal with some grumpiness and some headaches over the first 4 or 5 days and some quite intense sugar cravings, or you can gradually substitute some of those times when you are having sugar with other alternatives and gradually reducing the sugar intake again while you're bumping up your intake of probiotics and filling that gut with some good bacteria.